Hi, it's Jason here at Fraser Valley Rose Farm, and I got a level with you. With these many roses in bloom, with our greenhouses full of roses, the very last place in the world I should be is sitting on a lawnmower. And yet with this much lawn to attend to, even on the big ride-on mower, it can take me 1 or 2 days a week even if I'm doing it manually. Honestly, this is what makes such a strong case for robot lawnmowers. Not only is it saving me all that time on the mower myself, but it's giving me a more frequently cut, more evenly cut, more consistently cut lawn that just presents better to visitors here on the farm. I'm going to put in some footage now of my robot mowers at work, and yes, I have mowers, 3 of them, all sent to me to be trialed by Mammotion, which is the company that built this one here. Excellent quality products. The first one they sent me well over a year now, so I have a good track record with it, is the LUBA 2 all-wheel drive. That's for those rough edges of the property, the hills, the difficult areas. It is really a workhorse around here and has a wide mowing path so it goes through the lawn very quickly. The second one that I've had trialed here on the farm is the Yuka 1000. That is more built for flatter lawns and does a beautiful finish on them. Also quite quick, I have to say, has a wide mowing area. The third one they've sent me for trial here is the LUBA Mini. Now, LUBA Mini is also all-wheel drive, so it can take tough areas, but it doesn't have as wide a mowing deck. In fact, it only has a single spinning blade underneath it, so it's half as wide as the original LUBA. The original LUBA could do something like 16 inches or 400 millimeters. This one can do about 8 inches or 200 millimeters in a single pass, meaning this is about half the speed, or has to go over the lawn twice as much to get the same mowing done. In comparing the full-size Yuka model, for instance, to this smaller all-wheel drive, because of the wider mowing path, it gets the job done about twice as quickly, so it can cover a good amount of space very quickly. And again, so long as you don't have hills or difficult terrain to tackle, you won't need that all-wheel drive. Now, if you do need the all-wheel drive, the comparison really is between this one and the larger model that I have. And again, it really is a matter of whether you want the 1 blade or the 2 blades, and that will affect the speed of the mowing. Well, here's where the mower lives beside the house. It has this little garage enclosure here just to keep it from being out in the rain. Assembly is light and easy, takes just a few minutes. And the only other thing you have to put up, and it's included in the kit, is this RTK station. That is the satellite reading that keeps it accurate as to where it navigates. You can see on this mower here that RTK station is on the side of the house, whereas on the other mowers that I previously got, they are freestanding on these poles here, and the preference of which way to go, that's up to you. As with all of the Mammotion mowers, they have this actually pretty slick app that controls the mower, and what I've done already is I've walked it around the perimeter of the area I want mowed and taught it what to do. Now I want to show you how to exclude any obstacles. So you can control the mower by remote control through your phone. Hope you can get a view of that there. I'm just going to navigate it closer to the obstruction. In this case, this little tree, which is always going to be there, and I want it to not have to navigate around it every time. So here's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to tell it to create a no-go zone.
Start mapping a no-go zone.
There you go, it gives you that handy voice prompt. And then what I'll do is I just navigate it within a few inches, 6 inches or so, of the tree, navigate it all the way around until I wind up back where I started.
No-go zone mapping completed.
And that's it. It's saved. While this mower works quietly away behind me, I want to point out that this is not as nice a lawn as it looks. Actually, the regular mowing is making it look better than it is. It's patchy, it's mixed patches of grass and weeds, it's bumpy in places, and I also have to say that those big pine trees behind me drop these large pine cones that make it difficult for a traditional robot mower to get the job done, whereas this one actually bounces over them with a fair amount of ease, not with making a little clatter noise as it hits that pine cone underneath, but it gets the job done, which is kind of what I want. Is I want a reliable mower that can do the lawn repeatedly and get this good result. As for that result, what you'll note is that it does it a couple times a week, so it keeps it low all the time, and it mulches the lawn down into the surface, or mulches the grass clippings down into the surface of the lawn, making a better quality finish overall. It also leaves these very neat and tidy stripes along the way. As for safety, if you haven't worked with one of these robot lawnmowers before, the Mammotion models have a great camera on the front of it. They also have a front bumper if the camera should fail. So safety-wise, it's really foolproof. I'll put in some footage now of it seeing me in front of it and avoiding me entirely, but I could just as easily through the app set it to bump into things lightly, turn off the blade, and then work its way around. Setup of the parts was actually quick and easy, and training the mower was just a matter of walking it around the perimeter of the yard and using it like a remote control vehicle, which is quite handy. These and newer robot lawnmowers don't use the perimeter wire, so you don't have to dig anything around the side of the property, but it does take a little bit of careful or thoughtful setup just training it around the yard. I think that they're trying to move that over to AI, and that's a function that I thought was interesting, but because I don't have clear-cut definitions to the area of lawn that I wanted to mow, I felt better doing the training myself personally, and that's what I've done with my other mowers. I've used these mowers for a couple of years now, and the maintenance has been super easy. Basically, you do a clean on the outside. That's just for cosmetic purposes. That's just a spray down or a hose down or a wipe with a soapy sponge. Underneath, you also have to spray out the cavity underneath the mower. It doesn't collect a lot of clippings, but it is a nice thing to do every once in a while. And then there are 6 razor blades around the outside of that disc. You can buy those razor blades pretty inexpensively and just install them just when you see that the mowing is getting a little rougher or coarser than you'd like, or it isn't going through it as nicely as you'd like. And typically, I find that I'm doing that every month or so within the gardening season. So you have to just account that into it. Otherwise, they have been super reliable, no problems at all. The worst that happens is sometimes you'll have them on a job and it will rain, and then they'll go back to their station and they'll wait for the rain to be up, and you have to clear that error message and send them back out again when it's dry. That's about it. So in terms of reliability, they have been most excellent. Other features that you might want to know about is, because they are fairly expensive, there is theft prevention built into them. That new model that I have even has a cell chip in it, so it's connected to the wireless networks or the cellular network, so you know where it is at any time. All right, if you have any questions, please drop those down into the comments below the video, and I'll see what I can do to help.